New videos every day.
There are a lot of weight loss shakes and protein shakes, meal replacement products out there on the market. In this video, you're gonna find out which ones are actually gonna help you lose weight and which ones aren't. Here at Psychetruth, we are dedicated to helping you take control of your health and happiness, and we've recently been considering doing some contests. So last week, we gave away raw chocolate, and we're just wondering what other kind of things you would like to win. Maybe a Psychetruth water bottle, maybe a health coaching session with me or with Melissa. Let me know what would be an appetizing prize for you. And let's go ahead and dive into my mystery grocery bag. Okay, so let's see what we have. Slim Fast. So, have you heard of Slim Fast? Is this the first time you're hearing of Slim Fast? You can let me know. Have you tried Slim Fast? Maybe you can let me know how it tastes, if you like it, if it helped you lose weight. So what I'm gonna do here is look at the ingredient label, because the ingredient label is really the indicator of whether this is a chemical cocktail or whether this is a natural product, a healthy food product that we can actually be eating to help us lose weight. So looking over at this ingredient label, the very first ingredient is fat-free milk. Now, I talk a lot about fats, not only because they taste really good, but fats are the only way to satisfy your hunger. So if you're eating a bunch of fat-free, reduced fat, non-fat products, and you have problems with feeling hungry all the time, then I challenge you to start eating some good healthy fats and see if that doesn't help out, because these fat-free ingredients, I know it seems counterintuitive, but actually you need the fats. You need them for your health, you need them to satisfy your hunger, and actually make it so that you're not hungry all the time, which for me is the most important thing in losing weight, is actually satisfying my hunger. So that fat-free milk is a big red flag for me. And then we go on and we can see here that there's just a lot of different crazy chemicals: potassium phosphate, hydrogenated soybean oil, natural and artificial flavors, carrageenan, etc., fillers, corn derivatives, very highly processed. And then we also have acesulfame potassium at the end, which is an artificial sweetener. So this little baby actually has sugar and artificial sweeteners. I'm going to talk more about artificial sweeteners in a minute, but I'm going to have to put this guy at the end of the line as probably one of the worst products in my mystery grocery bag, but we'll see what we get. So moving right along here, let's go ahead. Okay, so this is a strawberry shake by Atkins Advantage. So again, let me know if you've heard of the Atkins diet or if you've tried the Atkins diet. There's gonna be a whole video specifically on the Atkins diet coming up, so y'all can stay tuned for that. But let's just take a little gander over at this ingredient list. Now, again, immediately upon glancing at it, I'm seeing a lot of things. I'm seeing a lot of weird chemicals like niacinamide and sunflower oil, magnesium phosphate, potassium citrate, sodium hexametaphosphate. So again, this is a highly processed food, right? This is a lot of different chemicals, a lot of different chemical ingredients. And again, we have milk protein concentrate, whey protein concentrate, natural and artificial flavors. And we actually have artificial colors at the end, red 3 and blue number 1. I did an entire video on artificial colors, like red 3 and blue 1. So you can check out that video if you want to hear that discussion. But all in all, guys, again, this is a really super highly processed product because of those red, artificial colors, and because of the natural and artificial flavors. This is something that I would put back, that I would not consume. And as far as weight loss goes, just realize that if you're trying to replace a meal with a bunch of weird, crazy chemicals and milk protein concentrate, it's not going to be very effective. It's probably not going to satisfy your hunger. It's probably, might even make you feel worse. So this guy, maybe not quite as bad as the Slim Fast because it doesn't have the artificial sweeteners in it, but it's pretty close. I would definitely put both of those back on the shelf. So, go ahead and do this guy. Now this one, I've actually gotten several comments from you guys to cover. So when I saw it, I immediately picked it up, turned over the ingredient label, and put it in my cart because this is something that I want to alert you guys to. So again, looking at this ingredient label, just glancing at it, we're seeing long chemical names like sodium hexametophosphate potassium chloride. Here's acesulfame potassium, the artificial sweetener. And again, part of the reason that I tell you guys to just glance at the label and immediately put it back if it has a long label is because unless you did stand there and read the whole thing, which I actually do, and I spend a long time at the grocery store because of that, you wouldn't see that it has artificial sweeteners. You wouldn't see that it has that in there. So, you know, it would take me a couple of hours to go through each and every one of these chemicals and talk about what they are. But again, we have milk protein concentrate, pretty much is our #1 ingredient. And it's interesting for something like this that's really promoting itself as a protein building, muscle building product, that it doesn't have more sources of protein in it. Crystalline fructose, so there's our sugar right there. So again, we've got sugar and artificial sweeteners. This guy is a chemical nightmare. I would not drink it. It's gonna be going back to the grocery store after this video. Again, you know, artificial sweeteners, and who even knows what all these different chemicals are on here. I'm gonna put that guy on the end with the Slim Fast. Okie dokie. So this is something that kind of caught my eye. This is by the brand Svelte, which means thin, I think, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So this kind of jumped out as me as being kind of cool. Now, they actually don't have a visible ingredient label on the packaging. So I'm gonna pull one of these out of here. And then I'm gonna hope that it's not too horrible, because now that it's opened, I can't return it. Okay, so here we go. Organic soy milk, or soybeans, organic rice syrup solids, dried cane syrup, natural flavors, once again. But what you will notice on this ingredient label, if we could compare it to some of these other ones, is that it's a whole lot shorter. And that right there it means something to me, right? Because this is something I can glance at and immediately can tell that, oh, this is a lot better. So further reading down this ingredient list, additionally, it has stevia as a sweetener, which is an herbal sweetener, definitely much better than the artificial sweeteners we saw down there. So this one, it does have natural flavors, it does have cane syrup and stevia in it, so I wouldn't necessarily say this is a super healthful product, but compared to these other guys, this is definitely the best thing that we've pulled out so far. And I just want to make one quick comment. So I actually grabbed the cappuccino, one of these, because I thought it was funny that they had a weight loss product that contains caffeine. Now, there are some studies that show that caffeine helps with weight loss, but my personal feeling on the matter is that using too much caffeine is really probably not going to help you with weight loss. And that's because caffeine is going to put a lot of stress on your adrenal glands, which is how you make energy, how you get energized. And it's also potentially going to skew your metabolism. So if you're just occasionally using caffeine for a little boost to give you a little energy or something like that, it's probably not really harmful. But if you're someone who depends on caffeine, is drinking coffee every single day, I have entire videos on the subject of coffee and caffeine and things like that. But you need to realize that if we want our body to be ultimately functioning properly and metabolizing fat, burning off the extra fat on our bodies that we don't want, then the adrenal stress that comes with depending on caffeine is actually going to kind of be counterintuitive. It's actually not going to help you to get your body functioning properly. So again, I would opt for maybe the non-cappuccino, the non-caffeinated version of a product like this. But even still, it definitely is the best one I've pulled out so far. Alrighty, so we'll just keep on moving on here. All right, so here is another weight loss smoothie. This one is by the brand South Beach diet. Again, let me know if you've heard of the South Beach diet, if you've tried the South Beach diet. Maybe you lost a bunch of weight on the South Beach diet. I would love to know that. So this particular product, though, again, we're just going to turn it over and look at the ingredients. So really itty bitty tiny print, but the ingredient list isn't super long. So we've got water, protein blend, again, whey protein concentrate, non-fat dry milk, soluble corn fiber, cane syrup, sunflower oil, natural flavor, maltodextrin, carrageenan, and stevia. So this guy, I mean, it's probably going to end up falling right somewhere in the middle here, okay? Because it's definitely got way less weird long chemical names than either of these over here. Really, probably all three of these had lots and lots of kind of crazy chemicals in them. But this one doesn't have a huge amount of those weird chemicals, and it is sweetened with stevia, which is the herbal sweetener. So again, way, way, way better than those artificial sweeteners. I would just re-echo the comment about the non-fat milk that's in the product, right? Not having the fat in the milk is going to actually make it so it's less likely to fill you up. A good way to think about this is that, you know, if the milk was natural, it would contain fat, right? We know that because that's how the milk naturally comes out of the cow. So just the fact that this is non-fat dry milk means it's a processed product. They've had to pull the fat out, and that's a chemical process they use to do that. So this one, I'm going to say falls, you know, again, somewhere right in the middle here, because it doesn't have artificial sweeteners. It doesn't have artificial colors, which is good. But using just milk protein alone is really not optimal. And I have, again, other videos entirely about protein if you want to hear more on that subject. So here is our last thing in my bag. Look how sad my bag looks when it's empty. Okay, so this one is by Special K. And so Special K kind of promotes itself as being a cereal for weight loss, although I think I talked about that in one of my other mystery grocery bags. So this one is a Special K protein shake. And again, we've got a really long ingredient list. Just glancing at it, it's way longer than this guy. It's not quite as long as this guy, but it's definitely comparable. So water, protein blend. Once more, water, non-fat milk, whey protein concentrate, soy protein isolate. So, you know, again, when we're talking about getting healthy protein is going to be a nice wide variety of different sources of protein, whereas every single one of these is whey, which is a milk product. This one is soybean. This one has both soy and milk protein in it. And I didn't even get into the genetically modified issue of this. So if you have conventional products, so this one is organic, which means it probably doesn't apply to this one, but any non-organic soy is probably genetically modified because soy is one of those top GMO crops in the country. So all of these guys that have either soy lecithin or soy this or whatever, pretty much all of these contain GMOs or likely contain GMOs. And because we don't require that to be labeled in this country, it won't say it anywhere on the label, but you can just know that it's very likely. So then as we go here, we've got maltodextrin, natural and artificial flavors, lots of these weird long chemicals, tricalcium phosphate, cellulose gum. So these are just thickeners. Basically, you're eating corn derivatives. You know, you could just go eat a can of corn and it would be healthier than eating these products, and you might be getting just as much corn as contained in these between the corn syrup solids and the sweeteners. Again, acesulfame potassium are artificial sweeteners, so this little baby's going down here with these. I hope that you found this video helpful. In the next video in this series, I'm going to talk about some other drinks for weight loss, and I'm going to give you some better ideas of drinks that will actually help you lose weight, because here in this video, I think maybe this was our best one, and even this one is not maybe the ultimate best thing. The best thing is going to be making your own shake yourself. So actually putting a banana in there. If you want to use some protein powder, I have lots of videos discussing different protein powders. I'll probably do another one specifically comparing different protein products. And I just encourage you to not fall for these claims on the front of the labels of all these products that are telling you they're going to help you lose weight when really and truly you turn it over and it's a chemical nightmare. You might as well be on Frankenstein. These are not natural foods. They're not going to help you lose weight. I do hope you will subscribe to the channel so you can see my next video actually giving you some ideas of actual healthy drinks that will help you lose weight. If you want to learn more about me, you can visit CorrinaRachael.com. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Was that all right?